welcome back to my channel. So today I have a super exciting product to share with you. I'm really excited about this product. I just got it last night. UPS dropped it off like super late last night and I wasn't about to film a video right then, even though I wanted to. But today I'm going to share Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar Palette. Oh, you guys, I can't even begin to tell you how much I adore the first version of this palette. I actually have both of them. So this is the original one, this is the semi-sweet one, and I am obsessed. I got this palette as soon as it came out. It came out last year, right around this time, on the Sephora website. I think it was a VIB exclusive then as well. Anyways, I ordered this right away and I have just been completely, ooh, the little plastic thing fell out of here. I have just been like completely obsessed with this palette ever since I bought it. It smells amazing. And when I heard they were coming out with a second version, oh, you know how us makeup girls are. I was like, I don't care how much it is. I don't know. I don't care if I have to, you know, miss rent this month. Just kidding. But I need to buy this palette. So in this video, I wanted to share with you my kind of first impressions, first thoughts, swatches, all of that good stuff for the new palette, and then do a little bit of a comparison to the old palette just so you can kind of see the differences. I do plan on doing a tutorial for this, not in this video, but I will do a tutorial probably tomorrow while I'm getting ready using this palette so you can see how the colors kind of work together. So stay tuned for that. I will post that in the description box down below so you can check it out. So without further ado, let's get started. Right off the bat, I will say I think the semi-sweet palette is much more strongly scented than the original palette. That could be because I've had this for a while and maybe it starts to lose its scent, you know, after a year or two. I don't know, but this one smells so much stronger and I'm not complaining. I think it smells awesome. So the packaging is a tiny bit lighter, so this is more of like a light colored brown, and this is like a deep dark brown. The colors in this one are so beautiful. So I've already swatched it quite a bit, so it's kind of messy. But I want to say this palette has a couple more matte shades than the original. This one has a mixture, just like the original, a mixture of mattes and shimmers and micro sparkles. It has two kind of larger palettes right here, so there's like a light matte color here and like a satin color here that are more of like the colors that you will probably use the most often all over lid colors, highlighting colors, which I really like. I really like that Too Faced thinks about that ahead of time. In most palettes, like my Naked palettes, I find that I use these types of colors up like immediately, and then I don't want to use that palette anymore because then I have to use two palettes and it's a pain in the butt. So I really like that Too Faced thought ahead of time and made these pans bigger, which is awesome. And they did that in the original one too. So good job, Too Faced. As far as the formula goes, it has the same type of formula as the original chocolate bar palette. So the powders are very finely milled. They're very soft. They don't have a lot of fallout, which is fantastic. When you compare it to some of the other high-end eyeshadows like Urban Decay and Lorac, those are almost too soft to the point where there's tons of fallout. Too Faced, I find I really don't get a lot of fallout, if any. They're super blendable, they blend very, very well with each other, and they smell like chocolate. Okay, so here is what that palette looks like up close. It looks like a cute little chocolate bar. And then when you open it up, there's a nice big mirror right there. So hello. And then it has all the colors right here. One thing that I really like about this palette versus the old palette is the colors are right there on the palette for you. They're written out for you. There isn't that plastic cover on top of it like the old palette that fell out at the beginning of my video that has the colors on it. They're right there on the pan, which makes it really, really easy. Now let's talk about the first row up here. So the first one here is a deep, dark, everyday matte black color called Licorice. This one I'm thinking would be really awesome to like set your eyeliner with, or if you want to do a super smoky eye, I think it would be good for that too. So you can see it swatches like super pigmented. and you can really build it up to do like a completely opaque black. So that one is matte. The one next to it is called Coconut Cream. This is going to be perfect for an all over lid color, for a matte highlight color. It is just so suitable. I'm so glad they made that one big. It's hard to see on my skin because it's like pretty much exactly the same color as my skin. There you go. There we go. So I really, really like that one. The one next to it called Nougat, this color grew on me. I really didn't like it at first just because it doesn't swatch very well right away. You have to kind of build it up. But once you do, it is just this really pretty, like, you can use it in your crease, you can use it all over. This is another one that's fairly close to my skin tone, but after you do a few swipes on there, it's just gorgeous. It would be so pretty in your crease or all over. It's like a pinkish beige color, but it's like a dusty pink. It's super pretty. Then next to it, you have this brown right here. This one is also matte, so is Nougat. They're both matte, so all of them are matte so far. This one next to it is called Truffled. This is just your kind of everyday, like, brown. It's really, really pretty. I think it would be suitable in your outer V. You can use it as an eyeliner. You can use it all over. Just gorgeous. And then the last one here, this one is called Hot Fudge. This is a really, really dark brown color with like golden micro glitter. Maybe it's, yeah, I don't, it has some kind of sparkle in it. So it's not matte. It's kind of like a sheen. So, oh, I swatched it with my thumb. Let me see how I can, there we go. There you go. So that is what that row looks like. Really pretty. I think my favorite is this color Nougat right here. And then of course the all over color is gorgeous too. Okay, let's talk about the second row now. So it starts out with this really pretty like brown, mid-toned brown with gold sparkle in it. This one is called Cocoa Chili. I love this color. It is so, so gorgeous. Here is what it looks like. You can tell it is just super, super pigmented. That sparkle is the just like perfect amount of like micro sparkle. It's not too crazy. So there you go. You can see it swatches super well. Okay, the color next to it is so incredibly gorgeous. It's called Pink Sugar. This one is like a light pink powder with a light pink sparkle in it. It is so pretty. Here's what the swatch looks like. It just gives you this really, really pretty sheen. This would make a beautiful brow bone highlight or like an inner tear duct kind of highlight color. It's very, very, very light though. It's very, very faint. So I don't think it's meant to be like a super pigmented color. It really is there just kind of for the sheen. So I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but it is right there. Yeah, you can just barely see it, but this would make a really pretty, just like highlighting color, really. So gorgeous there. The one next to it is called Puddin'. P-U-D-D-I-N, Puddin'. And this is also a matte color. This is like a taupe color. It's almost gray, but it's not gray. It's like a brownish gray color, and it is matte. It is super pretty. I love this one. This would make a really pretty crease color. Then the one next to it, I'm intrigued by. I really want to try it. This one is called Blueberry Swirl, and it's a blue powder with a blue sparkle in it, with like a greenish blue sparkle in it. I want to say this would be super pretty. It's not very pigmented, but I think it would provide a really pretty like wash of blue on your eyelids. This next color right here called Peanut Butter made me fall in love with this palette. This is the one that looks like the Sedona Dirt that I was telling you about. But for those of you who have no idea what I'm talking about, it kind of looks exactly like peanut butter color. It is just this beautiful orange color. Oh, I love it. And then next to, and it's matte. And then next to it, this one is called Frosting. This is just a super pretty all over lid color, or you can use it as a crease color. It's just like a golden brown with the slightest sheen to it. It's not sparkly or glittery, it just has like a really pretty sheen to it, and it is right there. So super, super gorgeous. Okay, now let's look at the last row. So this last row, the first one right here, reminds me a lot of Satin Taupe by MAC, but this one is called Rum Raisin. This has like a satin kind of sheen color. It's on the taupey side, but it has just this really pretty like sheen, like glow to it. Super gorgeous. I think this would make a fabulous all over lid color. Really, really like that one. Then the one next to it is a matte color. This would be the perfect crease color. This one is called Mousse. It's just a very light kind of like tan brown color, and it is matte as well. Oops, got some right there. So I think that would make an excellent crease color. Then the one next to it is called Caramel. This is like the gold of the palette. And by gold, I mean like color gold. So it's kind of like a goldish color with like very, very fine gold sparkle in it. But very, very like almost on like satiny sparkle on it. So there's what that one looks like. And all of these you can definitely like build up. If that color is not dark enough for you, build it up and make it the color that you want it to be. Then this one next to it is called Bon Bon. This is another one that I think would be a really, really pretty all over color, or like a transitional color. It has a little bit of a sheen to it, but it's kind of like a rose gold color. Actually is very suitable? You know what I mean. So this is like the rose gold color. So, so, so pretty. And then the last color down here is one of the big pans. It's called Butter Pecan. This is kind of like your beige. You could use it as a highlighter. You could use it as an all over lid color. It's just a really, really pretty color that I think is very, very versatile. You can build it up and it's just gorgeous. So that one does have a tiny bit of like a satin finish to it. So really pretty. That's the bottom row. I'm loving it. Doesn't it kind of look like fall when you look at it like that? Like, hello, fall color. I am like uber impressed with this palette. I think they really put some unique colors in here. That peanut butter color, I can't get enough of it. This Bon Bon rose gold color is just absolutely gorgeous. I really think they gave us a good variety of colors in it. And I'm really impressed. The only one I am not that impressed by is the color Pink Sugar. In the pan, it looks gorgeous, but it just doesn't swatch very well. But other than that, all of them are just amazing. Now let's compare it to the version 1 palette. So both of them are in this like really cool metal magnetic shut container. Gosh, I can't speak today, but they just kind of snap shut. Both of them are exactly like that. The new one is a little bit thinner than the old one. I know they remade the old one to be thinner, so but I have the original. So the old one, I think it wasn't put together quite as well because my mirror always falls out. But downside of the old one is, as I stated before, the colors are on this little plastic thing as opposed to like written into the palette. So that's kind of a bummer. I really like that the new palette has the colors on there for you, like written out for you. So that's one of the reasons why I like the new one. The color selections in the old one are awesome. I mean, I love both palettes, but I think this one doesn't have enough matte colors in it. So the old one has, let's see, 5 matte colors in it. And the new one, the semi-sweet one, has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this one has 7 matte colors in it, so it gives you a lot more to work with. Matte colors are essential in making the perfect eye look. You want to make sure you have something matte in your eyes just to like transition everything out. So I like that this one has more matte colors in it. As far as like super unique colors, I think that the new one, the semi-sweet palette, has more unique colors in it. That peanut butter color, the color Blueberry Swirl, the Pink Sugar, those are all very unique. Even Bon Bon, the rose gold color, is kind of unique. The old one has more, like, I would say safe colors. Sorry, it was a little bit dusty. I would say it has more like safe. If you're not quite as adventurous with your eye look, then the old one is probably a little bit better for you. Other than this bright pink that I actually don't use very much, I think these colors are a little bit more safe, if that makes any sense. But they're both really super good palettes. As far as having a color that looks the same, I think they are very unique. I mean, the color Coconut Cream and then this big one, what is it called on the old one? It's called white chocolate. Those are similar, but they're definitely different still. But other than those two colors, I don't think there's anything that like kind of duplicates. This mousse and then the one next to it up there, milk chocolate, are slightly similar. So I guess two of them are kind of the same color, but other than those two, they don't really duplicate each other. So that's kind of cool. I think it's worth buying both of them. If you have the first one, the colors in the new one are totally different. It has more mattes in it, but the first one is also a really good option. I really like this purple color in the old one. So I don't know, Too Faced hit the nail on the head with these. These are by far my favorite palettes, at least of the moment. And I'm really liking them, so I highly recommend it. This is available in the spring of 2015. I know spring products usually are released right around January. It is available on Sephora.com right now for VIBs. So snag it if you can. It's an awesome palette. I totally am obsessed with it. Alright guys, well I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope I didn't ramble on for too long. I've been recording for almost 30 minutes now, so I need to make sure I minimize that a little bit. But I'm just so excited I can't stop talking. So anyways, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any questions or comments or anything like that, of course you know where to leave them. I do plan on filming a tutorial for this, so stay tuned. That will go up very shortly after this video, probably a couple of days after. And I think that's about it, so I will talk to you next time. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, bye-bye.